everyone, and welcome to our live stream today. We're super excited to be here because we are talking about all of the awesome things that ConnectWise Business Management delivered in 2023. And so to quickly introduce who we are, my name is Jen Six. I am a product marketing manager here at ConnectWise, and I am joined by...
Hi, everybody. I'm Will Dowling. I am also product marketing manager here at ConnectWise. And Jen is my partner in crime for today. We're going to have a blast. We're going to talk about all of the amazing things that has been happening for the last year in ConnectWise Business Management. So, Jen, why don't you start running us through some of this stuff? Like, it's super exciting.
It is super exciting. So, in case you didn't know all the things that make up ConnectWise Business Management, just a quick rundown of all the solutions we're going to talk about today. So you'll see them there on the screen. That's the order we're going to talk about them today. So buckle in. And we do have a sheet that we'll share with you that has links to documentation on our ConnectWise University for each thing that we're talking about. So if something is new and you're like, oh man, I have to implement that, which hopefully you feel that way, you can click the links on that doc and get all the deets you need. But yeah, it's very exciting. We'll kick it off with ConnectWise PSA. So some of the really jazzy things that you'll have seen hit your ConnectWise PSA is some more flexibility around the way that you're billing agreements, which we know partners have asked for a long time. So we're really excited that this is now available. So basically, you're able to set that invoice start date to something other than the first and actually have ConnectWise PSA respect that and move it through to your invoicing screen on the day that you and your customer have agreed on. So check that one out. There is a little bit of setup. Again, use that doc to get to what you'll need for that. We've also added the ability for you to bill prorated editions immediately, which is another very exciting enhancement, because once upon a time, if you added something, let's say on an annual agreement, 6 months in, you'd have to wait until the next annual agreement invoice would pop up. And now that is no longer the case. So you will see those prorated editions pop up so you can get your customers to pay for that as soon as they're added. We also made ConnectWise View available within PSA, which if you're not, if you're not familiar with ConnectWise View, it is an awesome camera sharing solution that you can use with your customers so that you can say, hey, I'm going to send you this code, click this link, type it in, and you can see exactly what they're looking at. And there's so many more added benefits than just like a FaceTime, because it helps your team adhere to processes. So time entry, screenshots, all getting captured within the service ticket. So if you haven't seen that one, certainly check that out. Super helpful for remote support, or even if you have a junior tech on site and you want to check out what they're seeing, you don't necessarily have to be there anymore. Just ConnectWise View it out.
Love it.
Yeah. And then the last two are related to WisePay. So it's been about a year now, but we acquired WiseSync and WisePay and made them part of the ConnectWise family. And once upon a time, if you wanted to use WisePay, you had to be using QuickBooks Online or Xero as your accounting package. And with WisePay for PSA, that is no longer the case. So if you are looking to streamline your cash flow and secure that cash flow, but you're using QuickBooks Desktop or Microsoft Great Plains, check out WisePay for PSA. It's accounting package agnostic and gives you all of those awesome benefits of making it super easy for your customers to pay, get on automatic payments. And now with QuickBooks Desktop and Microsoft Great Plains, you can even sync payments that come through WisePay onto the ConnectWise PSA invoice directly to your QuickBooks or Great Plains system, to the invoice over there. So just a lot of efficiency to be gained there and a lot of cash flow to be secured.
How awesome is that? Like, that's all great stuff. And it's, really about making it easier for our partners to receive payments, to be able to, process what they need from their customers and make sure that they're billing correctly, right? Like, all awesome things.
Yeah, we certainly want to keep your business flowing and grooving and moving, and cash flow is a huge part of that. And the last bit that I've thrown on the slide there, I just want to call out, because if you were at IT Nation Connect and you saw our product innovation keynote, we're working on a lot of reimagination efforts, specifically highlighted project reimagination and procurement reimagination. So just wanted to make the call out. Those items are in early access right now, and keep your eyes peeled for those because they are coming soon.
Love it. I think I remember seeing that keynote. Oh wait, I was in that keynote. Let's talk about some other cool things that we did actually see in that keynote as well, namely ConnectWise Sidekick for PSA. Sidekick for PSA is awesome. And some of the things that we initially launched with are things like the ticket assistant pod, where you can go in and you can have it really kind of almost work as a sidekick for your technician to be able to help them summarize, hey, what's going on? Because no one likes reading through 30 entry deep tickets, right? So just have it summarized, tell you what's going on, who the important things to know are, all of that. Triage helps make sure that your tickets are going where they need to go in the right place at the right time. So it takes a lot of just that manual labor off of your teams. And this really gives you back a lot more time to focus on your customers as opposed to what box are we clicking or what are we typing into a thing. Ticket sentiment's also really big. I mean, especially if you want to know what's going on with your customer, how they're feeling about you, because the retention of your customers is really, again, what makes them stickier with you. Is you're making them happy, you're making them stickier. As you're making them stickier, they're going to buy more things from you. And it makes sure that you've got that level of trust with them, that you can continue to build that relationship instead of just have a transactional relationship with your customers. And then, of course, let's talk about that Teams bot. How cool is that, right, Jen?
It's the best.
Yeah, like it's just, you can from anywhere. And that's really what we're trying to do, is bring it to you anywhere you are. Being, able to just jump in your car in the morning and go, all right, summarize my day. Or, hey, what are we looking at as far as open opportunities? And not having to sit there and log into your computer and log into solutions. You can see it all right there from your cell phone. So it makes it easier for those of us who are constantly on the go to see exactly what's going on, be able to get the information we need at our fingertips. And these are, again, features that we're going to continue to develop and continue to drive a lot more innovation for, which I'm very excited about.
Yeah, definitely. And I think one of the coolest things about Sidekick is that it's not just for your techs, right? Like there's so much of it that goes into that service ticket. But with that Teams bot, anyone in your org can benefit from having that accessibility to those records, the ability to make updates, and just really take advantage of your digital assistant Sidekick.
Love it. And that's a really great call out. It really is about delivering AI and automation to everyone, not just your techs. Like everything we want to do, we want to make sure that there is an application for everyone in your organization to be able to leverage, which is really kind of awesome.
Yeah, totally awesome. And there's a QR code there. If you're not familiar with Sidekick and the AI and machine learning that comes along with that, you want to check it out. There is a website there to learn more.
Click the button. It's great.
It really is. Cool. So ConnectWise CPQ also saw some very cool updates in 2023. So we'll run through these. Great America credit application. So now as a CPQ user, you can electronically submit the credit application to Great America directly from within ConnectWise CPQ. So if you are doing financing through Great America, we're just keeping you centralized, focused on what is actually happening without having to jump out to Great America to make that happen. So all right within ConnectWise CPQ. We've also enhanced the WisePay payment collection through CPQ. So if you're using WisePay and you've got that integrated so that you can collect payment on quotes, now we release the ability to do that by location. So if you do have more than one location set up in your org, it becomes easy now to make sure that payments are getting collected in the right location and routed properly. So very exciting about that one, and help you, again, secure that cash flow, getting that money up front. We also introduced the ability for our UK and Canada partners to integrate CPQ to Amazon Business. So yeah, that's pretty big because a lot of people ask for that one as well.
Yeah.
So now with the punch out, you're able to fill your cart on Amazon and super quickly bring that right back into ConnectWise CPQ and carry on with your day. Get that quote out and make more money. Right?
I love it.
So it's all that. And then we've also got Arrow capital integration. So now you can import financing terms and electronically submit that credit application. Again, just reducing the need to communicate with Arrow's financial side outside of CPQ. So just more and more centralization, keeping your team focused.
Absolutely. I love that. Like, I love just the fact that we're bringing everything all together and making it easier for our partners to be able to get those quotes out the door. I mean, that's really what it's all about, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another efficiency gain, if you are using Arrow, you can now submit your electronic orders when those quotes are won directly through CPQ. So if you're not familiar with electronic ordering, it is really, really handy, especially if you're using both CPQ and PSA. You can submit that order directly to Arrow through CPQ. It'll create that purchase order for you over in PSA so you can track the receipt of those items, and just, again, streamlining all of those processes to make everyone's lives a little bit easier. And then I would be remiss if I did not mention and show you that ConnectWise CPQ is now available in dark mode. So if your eyes need a little bit of a break, or you're just looking for a new look and feel, you can turn on dark mode in your account settings.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it is. It really is. People are so excited about that. And the last bit, again, just to call out that we are reimagining ConnectWise CPQ as well. You might have seen the reimagined quote editor at IT Nation Connect. Ooh, so excited for that one. And also guided. Yeah, I know it's really quite slick. And also the guided selling functionality. So be on the lookout for those in that PDF. We're going to call it out again, but I feel like it's appropriate. In that PDF down at the bottom, you've got links to get to our virtual community. And I just want to talk about that because that's where we're discussing a lot of this reimagination. You can get involved in those conversations. So we'll talk about it again, but just wanted to call it out while we're on the subject.
I love it. All right. Let's talk about Bright Gauge, right? Bright Gauge is fun. So one of the big things that I was very excited to hear that we were doing for Bright Gauge was quick sync gauges, from ConnectWise PSA and ConnectWise RMM. Now, this is honestly kind of huge in my opinion, because with these, this is, where you have the ability to see a lot more of your data a lot more quickly. Like, if we're having to wait a long time for data to sync, it's not as effective. But if we've got it quickly syncing back and forth, it gives us the ability to be able to go in and see that information and react to it much more quickly than before. Also, parent-child dashboards. Like, how cool is that, being able to have parent-child dashboards, and even seeing things like multiple trend lines? Like, being able to have better data visualization is very, very important. Also, SmileP NPS data in Bright Gauge. It's very important to know how your customers are feeling about you. Again, and having that NPS data right there in your Bright Gauge dashboard makes it very easy to be able to see what's going on, how your customers are feeling, how they're doing, and be able to action on that a lot more quickly and a lot more efficiently. And then, of course, one of my favorites is uploading custom sounds. So if it's one of those things where you want to have an alert, make a custom sound, and you can say, hey, look at the dashboard, and record that and have a custom sound, like, why not? Like, have fun with it. It makes it, again, more interactive for you.
Yeah, definitely. And back to the quick sync gauges, just a quick note that we are bringing, like you said, Will, we're bringing critical data points to the surface. So for ConnectWise PSA, what you'll find is those tickets requiring some kind of action. If they are new and they haven't been assigned out and they're over a certain age, or a customer has responded and nobody has replied, those are what's getting brought directly to the forefront. And the screenshot of what you see is for ConnectWise RMM device availability. So servers and workstations, again, really critical data points that you can become privy to right away if anything's going offline.
That's so exciting.
It is, and there's more to come. So this is just the start of a quick sync, more real-time data coming your way. And I put a call out here at the bottom to check out our Bright Gauge partner success webinars. Yes. They are incredible. That team is amazing. They pull in partners so you can learn from your peers, but also just the amazing experts that are over in that org, willing to share their knowledge.
Love it.
Ooh, ItBoost also had a pretty big
ItBoost.
year in 2023.
Yeah, they did.
They did. And just coming from BrightGauge, it feels fitting to talk about the ItBoost BrightGauge integration. So if you are a partner of both of those solutions, make sure to reach out and to your account manager and get that integration set up. That data source is with no additional charge. So with that integration, you're able to really gauge the health of your knowledge base and see what articles are being used, which ones aren't, where you might need to make updates, and super, super helpful to making sure that what your team is using is healthy and accurate. So a really cool integration there. We've also introduced time-based one-time passwords, which is what you see on the screen there as well. So now ItBoost has really become that one-stop solution to store clients' application passwords and provide that two-factor authentication for those accounts. So again, yeah, more centralization, keeping everybody focused. And you can also share those passwords out to your customer, those time-based, right? And they have expirations built in, all the things that you need to keep it secure, but also within ItBoost, making it really easy to make that happen.
Love it.
And then the fourth bullet, super exciting, especially if you're new or don't use ItBoost currently, but you've got ConnectWise PSA. If you are looking to get started with ItBoost, we have implemented one-click onboarding. So you start up that ItBoost trial from ConnectWise PSA, and it automatically is bringing your data in so you can hit the ground running. So pretty amazing and super exciting.
That's awesome. And it makes it easier to implement as well. I mean, if you got one-click onboarding, boom, you go ahead, you click the button, you're in. Like, start using it. There's not any long setup. It's super cool.
And the last bit is also really cool, especially when we talk about improving the partner experience with our solutions. We also want to empower you to improve your customer experience through our solutions. And part of that we've released in 2023 is the ability to make those public knowledge-based articles from ItBoost available to your end users and customers within the portal. So yeah, anything that they can self-remediate is awesome for you, and it's awesome for them. So be sure to check that out as well. And if you didn't know, ItBoost has a free 14-day trial, and that QR code that Will is pointing at will take you right to get started with that. So
click that.
Be sure to check that out.
Love it. All right. So while we're on the topic of, being able to see awesome things and having information where we need it, let's talk about SmileP. SmileP had some really cool stuff this year. First and foremost is, your project surveys for ConnectWise PSA. So, we introduced really the first and only customer feedback tool is specifically designed for PSA projects. Partners can choose when surveys are triggered so they can gather customer feedback when it's most valuable to the project, because that's important. You don't want to know after the fact if something's going on. You want to know when it's valuable. With those customizable questions and actions that it has, you can set up a workflow that really makes it easy to not only collect data, but also act on it. In addition to that, SmileP CSAT for Screen Connect. How awesome is that? So this is a brand new thing. It enables all of your Screen Connect users to get instant feedback on the remote support sessions. So you don't have to wait for a ticket to be closed or anything. If you're on a Screen Connect remote support session, boom, you can have it display SmileP Smiley survey at the end of each user's session when that agent leaves the session. So those responses can be viewed and analyzed and leveraged just like SmileP data for PSA. So it's pretty awesome to be able to see that. And then on top of that, we've got the ability to customizably create a ticket automation for PSA. So, this was kind of a long-awaited update from what I understand to SmileP's create a ticket automation that allows partners to kind of choose when and how new tickets are created. So, for example, when you get a negative CSAT review, right? Nobody loves getting those. You can have it create a new ticket on your escalations board and assign it to your head of customer support for seamless follow-up. So this makes sure that whenever you do have those speed bumps in your way, that you can quickly and easily action on it. And it's not waiting on someone to look at it and go, oops, we did something wrong. Let's reach out to them 3 days later. No, boom, you can have it go ahead, create that, immediately start closing that gap. In addition, it's also now on ConnectWise SSO, which means it's easier to log on. This is, really kind of where we're moving everything, to be able to just give you that unified single sign-on source and make it easier for you to be able to work where you need to work. Other big thing here is improved CSAT review stream. So with this one, partners can get all of their eyes on their CSAT responses by displaying SmileP's review stream on the big screen at your office, because, we love to be able to see who's doing awesome right there on a big screen. Bragging rights, right? So this year we gave it a visual refresh and introduced customization options so you can display the reviews how you want. So if you want to make sure that you've got your bragging rights board out there, you go ahead, you can implement that. Have a big old bragging rights board right there in your office and, make it a little competitive, right?
Heck yeah. I know that's super motivating. So love to see it. And little known fact, you can start a SmilePack trial as well. There's a free 14-day trial of SmilePack, and it is also super easy to configure and get integrated into your ConnectWise PSA. So if you don't have SmilePack and are looking to improve your customer satisfaction and NPS tracking, certainly the solution to do it.
Absolutely.
And then we've got service leadership. So service leadership had quite a few big things this year as well. So now the Service Leadership Index delivers a fresh, modern experience that provides online views of all dashboards and reports, and it even includes a new service operations dashboard. The entry of your data has actually gotten a lot easier too. So there's a new option to upload your files and get that quarterly data in. So that is a huge enhancement. We're super excited about that one. And there's improved security through multi-user management. And also coach facilitator views are now in managed groups and partners.
Wow.
So much. We've also made enhancements to the Sleek action plan. So now users can actually assign action items to team members, put due dates on those, and keep everyone up to date on how those plans are progressing. So just more accountability, more notifications of upcoming due dates, just keeping you on track to continuously grow and scale your business. We've also got some enhancements to the Sleek best practice asset search and access. That is really hard to say. So yes. I appreciate everyone's patience with me spitting that out. So now those PDF assets display a lot faster. When you select those, you can download them, you can share them with colleagues outside of Sleek. And the new Sleek search module will allow a user to enter search terms and quickly return a list of assets and webinars, so you don't necessarily have to navigate and dig through the site to find those yourself. And then the last two big things that service leadership does pretty much annually are compensation reports and profitability reports. If you haven't checked those out, there are links in that document. But the compensation report brings together all the compensation strategies of top performing TSP businesses. So as a business owner or business leader, you will have access to a lot of different information around compensation of sales, service, administrative, and other management positions that are common to the TSP space. So you can really feel out how your peers are doing it and do some comparison there. And the same is true really for the profitability report. So this one is the leading analysis of TSP financial and operational performance and trends. And with our 18th edition, we are bringing exciting new and enhanced analysis to help you improve your business even more quickly and create and act on your value creation strategy. So if you're really looking to grow your business and have those insights across the industry, service leadership is the place. And for those compensation and profitability reports, you can download the executive summaries of those for free. So that is also linked in the doc, but you will see it in the slide as well.
Yeah. Well, it's so important, as a business owner, you're always looking for, hey, how do I take my business to the next level, right? Well, the compensation report and the profitability report are legitimately two ways that you can start looking at how everyone who's best in class is doing it and start implementing some of that stuff immediately in your business. So it really does help to add a lot of jet fuel to your business to make you start to grow.
Yeah, prescriptive game plans on deck for
Prescriptive
your
game plans.
business.
I love it. So
Oh
much fun.
no, my screenshot messed up here, so my
Oh no.
apologies.
All right. So let's talk about WisePay. As you mentioned, Jen, like we've been with this for what, a little bit over a year now. Like, how cool is that? And there's a lot of neat stuff that they've been able to do in the year that they've been here. So first and foremost, let's talk about automatic payments for WisePay for PSA. Like this is huge because with these, this allows for, solutions for partners who, may not necessarily have like WiseSync. They created, this new kind of offering called WisePay for PSA. And it opens up, WisePay to be able to have those automatic payments sync and be able to have automatic payments, accepted. So, and it opens up to, if you're using other accounting packages that aren't supported by WiseSync. And it's, really allows us to be able to start expanding offerings to all of you across our whole ecosystem. So, let's face it, cash flow is the oxygen of your business. Automatic payments here are going to be able to increase your cash flow by automatically establishing payments to be processed per your billing terms. This means, guess what? You're not chasing your customers down to get payment every month. You're just taking it from them. How great is that?
Yeah, and I think it's also great for your
Yeah,
customers too, right? They don't have to
absolutely.
remember to pay you. They just set it up, set it and forget it.
Set it and forget. It's the easiest way to do it because it also means that it's taking a step out of their days to have to remember to pay you. It also means that, you're getting better satisfaction because they're just going, okay, cool, this is done. It's a load off of my plate. I'm not having to sit there and remember to pay your invoice every single month. It's just done. Now, in addition to being, being able to take some of that is, WisePay down payment collection. That's almost as hard to say as the one you said. This is, really kind of given us the ability to kind of update what we're doing with WisePay and enables down payment invoices to be created in a pending application state. So this allows, for time to like build out your projects and agreements that the invoice will eventually be applied to in the future. And the down payment amount isn't, going to be really there until it's applied to a record. So it gives you the ability to get those down payments and then kind of hang on to it so you get everything built out.
Yeah, and I think if you've used WisePay, for a while, if you are using Zero or QBO, those prepayments or unapplied payments were always kind of tricky to manage and know where they are. So having this down payment get created automatically is such a huge time saver because now you have the money, you don't have to chase it down, you know exactly what it's for, and then you can apply it appropriately. So it's a pretty good one.
It makes life so much easier, especially if you're busy, if you're doing a lot of onboarding or if you're doing project work, being able to just get that down payment and have it right there and then apply it as you need. You're good. Like it makes life easier. So talking about making life easier, let's talk a little bit about refund automation. That sounds like a fun category in here. So refund automation allows partners to now be able to initiate refunds and partial refunds for both credit and ACH or direct debits across all geographies directly in WisePay. So this makes life a lot easier for you and provides both efficiency and best practices to be able to let you, give a refund if you need to be able to give a refund. So like Jen, I know you and I were talking about this one the other day and it was something that also really excited you, right?
Yeah, totally. Because in a past life, I actually did work at WiseSync before they were acquired. But
Right.
refunds were always one of those things that you'd have to leave the WisePay application and go to the payment processor site, find it, initiate the refund there. So streamlining that process, bringing it directly into WisePay so that it's visible, it's easy to get to, and start initiating those is another really huge time saver.
Yeah. And again, it's all about driving more efficiency for you and your business. So, speaking of driving efficiency, let's talk about what we did with WisePay and PSA. Guess what we did? We added pods from WisePay into ConnectWise PSA. So we added like a marketing and onboarding pod to the invoice screen in the PSA. This is going to, basically allow those of you who aren't yet using WisePay is a simple way to onboard via kind of that digital channel. And with this, we've expanded the capability of that pod within PSA to initiate a payment from the same pod, making it more seamless for your partners. So this is something we're going to continue to add more functionality for over time. But again, this is one more step in building a more seamless experience for you as our partners. And that's really where we're going. We want to drive more efficiency through seamless integration. So, with that, I think that's a really awesome way to be able to start doing that.
Definitely.
And then last but not least is a Datagate integration. So any merchants who are using Datagate for telco invoicing, you guys can now actually choose to source invoices from Datagate when print invoice is actioned in WisePay. So again, we're making it easier for you to source like, hey, where's that invoice coming from? How are you handling that? And, it's just, again, a few things we're doing here step by step to just continue to drive innovation here at ConnectWise as we're making it easier and more streamlined for you to run your business and do what you need to do in order to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you didn't know that WisePay or WisePay for PSA was available, we've got a QR code there for you to check that out. But truly, just an amazing addition to your business to ensure your payments are on time and you're not chasing them.
Right.
And lastly, I just wanted to call out for everyone here that there are so many ways for you to stay connected with us and stay up to date with the innovation that we are working on that has been released to you. And it comes in a variety of ways. So depending on how you like to consume this information, if you like joining us in person, you can check out our innovation webinars. We run those every single month. Product leaders from the entire ConnectWise company, every pillar, come and share what they're working on, what they've recently released. So it is a great opportunity to get connected with those product leaders, talk to them, ask them questions. There's a link to get to the reg page in the PDF doc at the bottom in that green call out. So you can get to that from there. You can also get to our roadmap. Also includes all the different products under the ConnectWise umbrella, so you can see what we're working on. And then those release notes. So there's lots of links to release notes in that document. But it is a wealth of information about all of the different releases across every product. So you have quick access to know what is included in that last update, or maybe things you might have missed, you can go check out there.
Love it.
We save the best for last. I mean, they're all great.
But you've always got to save the best for last, right?
We do. Because the virtual community is so engaging, and we're there to talk to you. You're there to talk to us and other partners. There's a lot of learning and feedback that can be given through the virtual community. So if you have not signed up, definitely make sure to do that. We would love to see you there.
And, the other thing with the virtual community I want to kind of plug is that we have members of pretty much every layer of ConnectWise in the virtual community. I know our product team is very active in there because they're constantly seeking feedback. If you see something that you're like, hey, I want to know more about that, or, you're looking at us going, hey, we're doing an early access for a thing, and you want to give feedback on it, like the virtual community is the place to go. They're actually sitting there listening, wanting to engage with you. Like they actually want to talk to you and engage with you. Go to the virtual community and start engaging with product, because that way your feedback can be taken into account whenever we're developing new enhancements, whenever we're prioritizing what we're doing. And if it's something where it's early access and there's like a minor tweak that you see needs to be made to make it really awesome, that's where you can talk to those product leaders about that. So the virtual community is something that we're investing a lot of time, a lot of emotional and personal investment in as well, to be able to really give you guys as partners a sounding board to talk directly to leaders within our product orgs, within us on marketing. We're there. You're really any level of ConnectWise, there's the virtual community for it. So it's a great place to just go and really start to interact and consume the ConnectWise community as a whole.
Yeah, definitely. And that is all that we have for you today. But with it being the holiday season, we do want to share those season's greetings. We hope everybody has a very happy and a very healthy holiday season. And we can't wait to see you in 2024 and bring you even more innovation then.
Absolutely. Have a great one, everybody, and happy holidays.